Today is August 26th. Welcome to Big Book Daily. My name is Rob. I am an alcoholic. It is a thrill, honor, and joy to be here with you today as we journey through the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous and the 12 Steps and 12 Traditions. Today out of the Big Book, we're going to continue our journey through We Agnostics, reading page 45. And out of the 12 and 12, we're going to continue step 7 by reading page 72. And we will be reading today's daily reflections in 24 hours a day. So with that, hope you all are doing well this morning, my friends. We've been given a brand new set of 24 hours. Clean slate. And it's truly up to us who we decide to be today. So with that, let's go ahead and get to the good stuff. Out of the Big Book, we're on We Agnostics, page 45. Lack of power. That was our dilemma. We had to find a power by which we could live, and it had to be a power greater than ourselves. Obviously. But where and how will we define this power? Well, that's exactly what this book is about. Its main object is to enable you to find a power greater than yourself, which will solve your problem. That means that we have written a book which we believe to be spiritual as well as moral. And it means, of course, that we're going to talk about God. Here, difficulty arises with agnostics. Many times we talk to a new man and watch his hope rise as we discuss his alcoholic problems and explain our fellowship. But his face falls when we speak of spiritual matters, especially when we mention God. For we have reopened a subject which our man thought he had neatly evaded or entirely ignored. We know how he feels. We've shared his honest doubt and prejudice. Some of us have been violently anti-religious. To others, the word God brought up a particular idea of him with which someone had tried to impress them during childhood. Perhaps we rejected this particular conception because it seemed inadequate. With that rejection, we imagined that we had abandoned the God idea entirely. We were bothered with the thought that faith and dependence upon a power beyond ourselves was somewhat weak, even cowardly. We looked upon this world of warring individuals, warring theological systems, and inexplicable calamity with deep skepticism. We looked askance at many individuals who claimed to be godly. How could a supreme being have anything to do with it all? And who could comprehend the supreme being anyhow? Yet, in other moments, we found ourselves thinking, when enchanted by a starlit night, who then made all this? There was a feeling of awe and wonder, but it was fleeting and soon lost. Moving on to the 12 and 12, we're on step 7. Humbly asked him to remove our shortcomings. We'll be reading 72, starting at the bottom of 71. True, most of us thought good character was desirable. But obviously, good character was something one needed to get on with the business of being self-satisfied. With a proper display of honesty and morality, we'd stand a better chance of getting what we really wanted. But whenever we had to choose between character and comfort, the character building was lost in the dust of our chase after what we thought was happiness. Seldom did we look at the character building as something desirable in itself. Something we would like to strive for, whether our instinctual needs were met or not. We never thought of making honesty, tolerance, and true love of man and God the daily basis of living. This lack of anchorage to any permanent values, this blindness to the true purpose of our lives, produced another bad result. For just so long as we were convinced that we could live exclusively by our own individual strength and intelligence, for just that long was a working faith in a higher power impossible. This was true even when we believed that God existed. We could actually have earnest religious beliefs which remained barren because we were still trying to play God ourselves. As long as we placed self-reliance first, a genuine reliance upon a higher power was out of the question. That basic ingredient of all humanity, a desire to seek and do God's will, was missing. For us, the process of gaining a new perspective was unbelievably painful. It was only by repeated humiliations that we were forced to learn something about humility. It was only at the end of a long road, marked by successive defeats and humiliations, and the final crushing of our self-sufficiency, that we began to feel humility as something more than a condition of groveling despair. Every newcomer in Alcoholics Anonymous is told, and soon realizes for himself, that this humble admission of powerlessness over alcohol is the first step toward liberation from its paralyzing grip. Daily Reflection, August 26th. Giving it away. Though they knew they must help other alcoholics if they would remain sober, that motive became secondary. It was transcended by the happiness they found in giving themselves for others. Alcoholics Anonymous, page 159. Those words for me refer to a transference of power, through which God, as I understand him, enters my life. Through prayer or meditation, I open channels. Then I establish and improve my conscious contact with God. Through action, I then receive the power that I need to maintain my sobriety each day. By maintaining my spiritual condition, by giving away what has been so freely given to me, I'm granted a daily reprieve. "24 hours a day, August 26th. AA thought for the day. If we are still clinging to something that we will not let go, we must sincerely ask God to help us be willing to let even that go too. We cannot divide our lives into compartments and keep some for ourselves. We must give all the compartments to God. We must say, 'My Creator, I am now willing, and you should have all of me, good and bad. I pray that you now remove from me every single defect of character which stands in the way of my usefulness to you and my friends.' Am I still clinging to something that I will not let go?" Meditation for the day. The laws of nature cannot be changed and must be obeyed if we are to stay healthy. No exceptions will be made in your case. Submit to the laws of nature or they'll finally break you. And in the realm of the spirit, in all human relationships, submit to the moral laws and the will of God. If you continue to break the laws of honesty, purity, unselfishness, and love, you'll be broken to some extent yourself. The moral and spiritual laws of God, like the laws of nature, are unbreakable without some disaster. If you're dishonest, impure, selfish, and unloving, you will not be living according to the laws of the Spirit, and you will suffer the consequences. Prayer for the day. I pray that I may submit to the laws of nature and to the laws of God. I pray that I may live in harmony with all the laws of life. Okay, my friends, we're right up on 10 minutes, so I'll make this pretty quick, but I really like the daily reflections today. It's so simple, I love this. Through prayer and meditation, I open channels. So that channel of communication between myself and my higher power. Then I establish and improve my conscious contact with God. I've noticed when I actually make the time, blot out all the distractions, and just slow down and make the time just to have that relationship with my higher power, where I'm speaking, but also I'm listening. I'm opening that channel of my conscious contact with God, and I'm honestly refueled, I'm replenished. And then it says, through action, I then receive the power I need to maintain my sobriety each day. So action for me, once again, seeking Him, praying for His will to be done, trying to help my fellow man, loving God, loving others. If I do these things, that's a powerful action that I can take to ensure that I might be sober today. But it's all Him, honestly. And then by maintaining my spiritual condition, by giving away what has been so freely given to me, I am granted a daily reprieve. So a couple things here. by maintaining my spiritual condition. So working this over and over again, these spiritual reps of prayer, meditation, listening to God, being humble. There was another reading today. I was talking about humility. Step 7, being humble and saying, I'm still struggling with this, God. Please help me. Helping my fellow man. I'm able to give away what was so freely given to me. Out of gratitude, I want to give to others, But by doing these things, I love this last line, I am granted a daily reprieve. So that tells me I can stay sober today if I do these things. But it's one day at a time. If I do these things today and I don't do them tomorrow, well, all bets might be off. You just never know. But I want to do these things, What a blessing it is to try to do the right thing without any desire for something in return. Yet, somehow, I get to stay sober. As I've said many times, it's kind of like a paradox, but anyway, it's just so good to be alive today, and so great to be sober today. Truly, it's all the God of my understanding. It's not me. I just keep doing what these books suggest and try to serve as best I can, but really it's God. I have immense gratitude in my heart to share the message through my thoughts, my words, and my actions. And my friends, if you are sober today, you're a miracle. And I'm sure that those who love you are very proud of you. If we are given another set of 24 hours, my friends, I sincerely look forward to seeing you right back here tomorrow.